you assess that? It's a disappointing result, but how do you assess the performance as well?
Yeah, we just spoke to the players. We're bitterly disappointed with that performance. To be fair, I thought we started the game really well. We just really similar and really eerie start to the game where we don't maximise our opportunities. We dominate territory, dominate inside 50s, and we come to quarter time, we're behind on the scoreboard. So we're leaking some goals early when we don't, or when we've really got momentum. And then the other thing around our team defence, like we've got some young players playing in different positions, and we've got a young forward line. So part of our defence is battling just through synergy, but to give up 130-something marks, we knew that they were going to come into the game and try and test our defence, and it was death by 1,000 cuts in the end. We lost a lot of energy just defending, so we didn't have enough energy on to use on offence. So that was really disappointing, and it's something that we've got to look at.
Is it a work rate thing, or is it just an outclass? How do you look at it?
No, like I said, when you play a defensive system, it does help when you've got guys that have played in all lines together for a long time. So there's some positioning issues that we had, and we had a look at that at half time, and we knew what they were trying to do. We knew what they're planning on doing, but we just kept allowing too many. And like I said, we were spending so much energy on defence by the time we did win the ball back, and part of that just affected our execution. So we've just got to go back to work and look at that and just fast track our younger players in that area.
Just on the missed opportunities in attack, and that's been a theme throughout the year. Obviously, you've had personnel issues, but is it a positioning issues at mid-forward connection? Have you been able to pinpoint what's not working?
Yeah, no, it's some of it's been skill execution, but other times it is synergy with our inside 50 connection. So understanding when to come back to the kicker or try and lengthen things like that. There was times in the last quarter where we were out. We kick it inside 50 and it's an intercept mark, so something's out of whack there. So that takes a little bit of time. We are kicking it. Jacob Bauer played his first game for 12 months, and so we can't expect that to just like flick a switch and that connection's going to be perfect. So some of it is the fact that we've got some young forwards in the front end that are just learning the game and learning those patterns. But part of it is our execution as well.
It felt like a shining light out there. How did you see his?
Yeah, no doubt. We spoke through that at the end of the game. He's so engaged, and even in the last quarter, we were trying different things. We wanted to win the game. We didn't want to just sort of meander to the end of the game. So we gave up a couple of goals that we probably shouldn't have in the last quarter just through higher risk. But he's one guy that just kept toiling away and actually was really engaged when he was off the ground in the last quarter, and showed some real strong leadership in that area, which is terrific. So, his performance was very good.
Obviously, it's a big event when Dustin Martin decides to pull the pin finally. I mean, what difference does that make to sort of how the club looks the next couple of weeks and going ahead?
Oh, well, there's some nice highlights of it getting around, and the club have done an amazing job with that. But, to be fair, around the footy club, a few of the boys understood that was a decision he was toying with anyway, so it wasn't a shock to him. It gives other younger players an opportunity to come and play for the last month as well, and then we'll get the opportunity to send him off in the last game at the G. So, that is what it is, and it's sad that obviously he's finished up, but it does give our younger players an opportunity.
It was the lowest amount of tackles in a game since 2006. What did you think of the pressure around the ball?
Well, I think that's part of what there was minimal stoppages. It was a really uncontested game, so we knew, like I said, we knew coming in that they like to play that way. They do like to take a lot of marks, which does take away your pressure, and they probably did take away our DNA, and that is putting pressure on the ball and scoring from turnover. So credit to them. They come in with a plan and they executed. So there's opportunities for tackles that we've missed. We got stepped a few too many times today, and we'll look at that. But it was just I think it was just an ugly game of footy, really.
Daniel, obviously talk about his future. The Suns are linked to him. I know he's contracted. How keen are you to hang on to him, especially when you look at what he's able to do when the chips were down for most of your team today?
Yeah, well, that's the type of player he is. He'd be an All-Australian contention. He's a terrific kid, and his leadership's growing at our footy club. So he's a contracted player, and that's the reason why he's really looked after at our footy club, and we hold him in high regard. So all those things are all speculation, but right now it's great to see him with a smile on his face and really engaged in our footy club and really trying to finish off the year strongly.
It's been a bit of a baptism by fire for yourself. 2 games left. What are you hoping to get out of the season?
Oh, we've had a plan going since the bye around finishing the season really strongly and playing with the right spirit. As I said, like I felt sorry for the players. Like we had high energy in the first half and we didn't get reward for effort on the scoreboard, and then we just lost our energy in the second half. So there is a risk the last 2 games that our boys could see the end and start looking at their holidays and things like that. But I'm adamant our supporters deserve better. We spoke through that post-game, and our leaders will drive that. So, we'll be looking forward to Hawthorn at the G next Sunday.
I know that you're not making a call on him till late next week. Tom Lynch, does, I guess, the way things are playing out, those last 2 games, has anything changed, or is there any update on that decision on whether he'll see out the season?
No, we'll probably have a discussion in the next week. So he's going to have a full week of training, and I doubt whether he's going to be available for Hawthorn game anyway. So we'll make that decision on whether he comes back for that one game, and it will be a collaborative decision. But we'll let our supporters know, especially, on what that plan is, whether we put him on ice for next year or whether he's keen on one more game.
Any injuries today?
No, luckily, we got through the game unscathed. We've got a couple guys battling and carrying a couple little niggles and then trying to get through to the end of the season. But Samson Ryan, we just went smaller, so there was no issue with him. We just tried something different. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.